competency assessment. Establish the context and purpose of the assessment. The assessor should become well acquainted with the qualification or specific units of competency that will be evaluated. Ensure that the assessment site adheres to the applicable occupational health and safety standards. Ensures that the assessment resources are available. The assessor must confirm that all tools, equipment, and facilities are prepared and available at the assessment site before the assessment begins. A checklist of tools, equipment, and facilities should be available to assist the assessor in monitoring their availability and completeness. The checklist of tools, equipment, and facilities is part of the assessor's guide. Plan and prepare the evidence gathering process. The assessor will receive an assessment package from the tester representative. This package includes the competency assessment tools, which serve as the primary guide for evaluating the candidates. Along with this, the assessor must ensure the presence of the following: the specific instructions of the candidates, prepared according to the number of examinees. Competency assessment results summary, also corresponding to the number of the candidates. Rating sheets will be used to document the candidate's performance. One copy of the assessor's guide, which provides detailed instructions for conducting the assessment.
Okay, so good morning everyone. So I am now sitting here now, a department competency assessor in Korean. So I would like to acknowledge the presence of our processing officer, Mr. Julian Aza, our AC manager, Ms. Rindal Lai, and of course our tester representative, Ms. Maika Makiwa. Good morning, ma'am. Let me know. So you do not have to worry about their presence. They are here to oversee the conduct of competency assessment and to check if the conduct is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodologies and procedures. So we will not assess you, okay? So before we begin, please be informed that this assessment is being recorded and live streamed by the CCTV and the test held by the provincial office and the test for regional office. So I have here the signed consent form, which confirms that we, including myself, agree to the recording and the terms in online, including the authorized sharing of CCTV footage as specified in the documents. Okay? Okay, so before we start, I would like to check your attendance. Okay, when your name is called, please present to me your official name and please affix your signature and attendance sheet. Okay, so candidate Miss Fatima Ortega. Okay. So thank you so much. Candidate Gala Sarden. Thank you so much. Candidate Julian Solenta. Thank you so much. So make sure that the spelling of your name is correct. Okay? Okay, so now let me remind you that I have here your accomplished application form and self-assessment guide. So this is an indication that you have already acquired the knowledge and can perform the skills required for all the units of competency enumerated under the competency 2 qualification. So I would like to welcome you all for our orientation in competency. So the purpose of our assessment in competency 2 is to determine the level of your competency. So let's bow our heads for your orientation. Okay, so today I'm going to administer the competency assessment for competency 2. So the qualification for competency 2 is composed of basic, common, and core competency. Okay, so for our core competencies, we do have 13 competencies, okay? So the first one is clean and maintain kitchen premises. The second one is stock or prepare stock, sauces, and soups. The next one is prepare appetizers, prepare salads and dressings, prepare sandwiches, prepare meat dishes, prepare vegetable dishes, prepare egg dishes, prepare starch dishes, prepare poultry and game dishes, prepare seafood dishes, prepare these desserts, and the last one is package prepare food. So did you all got those competencies? Okay, very good. Okay, so throughout the assessment, I will be observed your food safety and hygiene practices, including proper hand washing, sanitation, and food handling. So this will be monitored at all times in the kitchen and hand washing stations. So you will also be assessed on your workplace communication and teamwork in the kitchen and dining area. So this is a continuous assessment throughout the activity. So finally, after cooking, you will proceed to the dishwashing and storage area, where you will clean and sanitize kitchen tools and properly store ingredients and leftovers. So you will have 30 minutes to complete this task. So the total assessment time will be 4 hours. So please manage your time well to complete all tasks within the given duration. So if you have any questions and clarifications, you're free to ask. So if you have any questions, clarifications? Okay, so that's good. Okay, so at this juncture, I will explain the assessment procedures that you will undertake for curiosity. So each task will be assessed through a demonstration of skills, followed by oral questioning to verify your knowledge and understanding. So is that clear to you? Okay, so here's are the assessment activities and methods. So first, prepare task, which is the mise en place or mise en place. So demonstration with oral questioning, of course. So you will prepare ingredients, tools, and equipment according to the recipe. So the next one is the cooking demonstration. So with this, you're going to work, it is a performance-based assessment with oral questioning. So you will going to cook the side dishes, including stocks, soups, poultry, seafood, vegetable, starches, and desserts. So I will observe your cooking techniques, time management, and of course, the adherence to food safety standards. Okay, so the next one is food safety and hygiene. So you're going to observe, or you must follow proper sanitation or food handling and workplace safety procedures. So the fourth one is workplace communication and teamwork. So you will be assessed on how well you follow instructions, communicate with the others, and work efficiently in team settings. So the last one is post-cookery tasks. So you will be clean and sanitize kitchen tools, dispose of waste properly, and store ingredients by following standards procedure. So to assess your knowledge and skills for cookery and seafood, we will use a combination of written tests, demonstration, and oral questioning. So this assessment method can help to measure your underpinning knowledge and skills. So we all got those reminders or we're doing those tasks that we're going to undertake for this qualification. Okay, nice. So we also have some things that have to be taken into consideration. In case you notice any religious practices, don't hesitate to notify me and I will make the necessary adjustment to meet your needs. For instance, if you wish to pray at a certain time during assessment time, just let me know and I will make sure that you get the chance to do so. Okay, so other than that, applicants who needs to take medications while under assessment should let me know. Okay, so and I will provide you with sufficient time and comfortably take your medication. Okay, so and also in addition for that, you are free to use the restroom whenever necessary. So just inform the assessors beforehand to ensure a smooth flow of the assessment process. So however, during the assessment, you are not allowed to leave the premises of the assessment center. If you have further concerns about this, please approach me for us to have an easy discussion and understand. Okay, so in our multicultural setting, it's important to read the text instructions carefully, okay? So if you need help understanding them, feel free to ask. So instructions can be translated into your favorite language if you need it. So if you have difficulty or concentrating due to poor eyesight, let me know so I can make necessary adjustments. Our goal is to ensure you perform at your best without any language or visual barriers. So your understanding of the instructions is crucial for the successful assessment. So don't hesitate to ask for clarification at any time. All you have to do is to raise your hand for me to notice you. Now, let's go over to the do's and don'ts for a smooth comprehensive assessment. Okay, so for the do's, so the first one is obey security policies and procedures. It's vital to adhere to all security measures implemented to provide a secure environment for all involved. The next one is obey the guidelines on the use of facilities. So observe the marked areas and facilities to guarantee that the assessment is conducted smoothly and uninterrupted. Okay? For the don'ts, let's proceed to the don'ts. Okay, the first one is make calls on cell phones or take photos is not allowed. So this is for the purpose of maintaining concentration and confidentiality in the assessment process. So distractions will hamper your performance and the authenticity of the assessment. So the next one is the exit the premises without informing the assessor or any members or staffs. So if you must exit for any reason, kindly let us know so that we can ensure that all is in order. Okay? So the next one is clear in the assessment area. So kindly stay in the areas allocated and refrain from unnecessary movement to facilitate a comfortable environment for all candidates. Okay, so now let's proceed to the e-certificate implementation. Okay? So the class e-certificate system started on August 28, 2023 until present time. So in the event that you get a competent result, the e-certificate shall be issued straight to your given email address. So within a day following the assessment, it is necessary to make sure that the email address in your application form is correct. So if the email address in your application form is correct, okay, nice. For those who want a paper NC, you will have to print your NC or certificate of competency or COC on clean A4 size white paper. So print it first and then proceed to the nearest national, provincial or district office to apply for the dry seal. Is that clear? So the VOCA vocal will be responsible for verifying the authenticity of the NC or COC before affixing the dry seal. So a service that will be provided free of charge. Okay? So as a final reminder, please ensure that the email address and name provided during the application process are accurate and up to date. Okay? So next, let's proceed to the instructions for plating the paper based. Okay? So the national certificate or the NC or certificate of competency or the COC is awarded by the provincial office where the assessment was taken upon submission of the competency assessment results or the CARS. So the NC or COC is valid for 5 years. So you can claim your NC or COC 3 working days from the date assessment. Except the Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays is not included. Okay, so when claiming your NC or COC, can you read it badly? So the first one is CARS. The next one is passport type, photo on white background, color with name tag. It is critical to comply with the law guidelines for a photograph takes for smoothly without any problems. So the next one is of course the 50 pesos certificate fee. So yes, you are going to pay 50 pesos for your certification process. Okay. So if the NC or COC will be claimed by a representative, we need to remind by this date. Okay. So the first one is only the below representative can claim the NC or COC date of representative date. The second one is test the provincial office accredited license officer, and the last one is immediate family member up to the second degree. Okay, so the requirement of the representative are the first one, of course, the original copy of CARS. The second one, a special power of authority or the SPA or the letter of authorization by the PLDASDA OPCO certified F27. So you may acquire a copy of the standardization letter for Okay, so for the renewal of the national certificate, its validity is 5 years. So the requirements are a photocopy of the NC and the original for checking. And also for the certificate of employment that is applicable to the NC. So if you are found to be not yet competent, you may apply for reassessment of your NC. Okay, so you have the attempts to apply so that you can be competent. So if still not competent, after the many attempts, you might be required to take refreshment training. So the reassessment will be targeted on the areas in which you fail to gain competency. So kindly know that you will be the one to pay the full assessment fee as stipulated by the test board. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time and effort in this assessment. So regardless of the outcome, we encourage you to continue honing your skills and striving for excellence in your culinary journey. So thank you for your participation and wish you success in your future endeavors. So thank you so much everyone and best of luck.
Conduct competency assessment. Collect the evidence and make the assessment decision. To simulate the assessment process, 2 candidates will be shown performing the tasks in this video. One candidate will represent being competent while the other one is not yet competent.
With the candidate number 1 and candidate number 2, so this is your assessment area which are you going to perform clean and maintain kitchen premises. So candidates, here is our instruction. So kindly reread it again for you to be able to know what the proper procedures are going to make or to perform this assessment. So in the instructions, you are going to see there the preparations or the steps for you to be able to perform our core competency, which is the clean and maintain the kitchen premises. If you have any questions or clarifications, you may ask it now because during our assessment, I will be not going to answer your questions. So candidate number 1, do you have any questions or clarifications?
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
How about you, candidate number 2?
No, sir, I don't have any questions as well.
Okay, so in this regards, you may now start our assessment. But I would like you to be informed that after your assessment, we will be going to have oral questioning.
Conduct assessment in accordance with the methodology specified in the evidence plan and the specific instructions for the competency assessor. Implement the evidence gathering process and ensure its validity, reliability, fairness, and flexibility. Observe the candidate and keep notes of the candidate's performance during the entire conduct of assessment. These notes will be used for the provision of feedback to the candidate's performance during the assessment. Collect appropriate evidence and match compatibility to the elements, performance criteria, range of variables, and evidence guide in the relevant units of competency. Judge the evidence in terms of the dimension of competency, task skills, task management skills, contingency management skills, and job or role environmental skills. Judge the evidence in terms of validity, consistency, currency, recency, authenticity, and sufficiency. After the demonstration, the candidate will be asked a series of questions based on their performance during the clean and maintained kitchen premises for the oral questioning.
Candidate number 1, how was your experience during our assessment?
So for me, sir, my experiences during the assessment is very nice and well organized. Your guidance helps me a lot when I'm applying all my learnings during the assessment.
Thank you so much for that very well said answer. But that question is not applicable for our assessment. Okay. So my question is, what are the possible risks of using incorrect chemicals in food preparation area?
So for me, sir, the possible risk of using incorrect chemicals in food preparations is also or can lead to possible health risks such as chemical poisoning or allergies for the consumers. And also, it also relates for the or violates the OHS standard or food hygiene preparation that can also lead some negative impacts to the establishments.
So thank you so much, Miss Candidate number 1. So you may now.
The candidate number 1 is able to answer all the questions asked by the assessor.
You may now take your seat. Candidate number 2, how was your experience during our assessment?
It was okay, I guess, but kind of confusing at first. But your guidance helped me to perform my knowledge and skills in the assessment. So,
Okay, so thank you so much for that answer. But that question is not applicable for our assessment. So I'm going to ask you regarding to our questioning tool. So my question is, what are the possible risks of using incorrect chemicals in food preparation areas?
if you use wrong chemicals in the kitchen, it can make people sick or the food bad, and it can cause problems. So it should be avoided. That's it.
Thank you so
The candidate number 2 will also be able to answer the questions, though some of her answers are incorrect. Record and rating sheet details of evidence collected and judgment made about the candidate's performance.
Step 5. Provide feedback. The assessor must provide candidate about the outcomes of the assessment process. For positive feedback,
Please sit down, candidate number 1. So how do you feel about the assessment?
Sir, I am very well confident on how I performed during the assessment. Although I encounter some hardships or differences in answering the oral and written examinations.
Okay, so my observation coincide with your opinion, okay? So you are indeed competent in performing the different skills in cookery and So, however, I have noticed that you did not observe some of the steps like clean and maintain kitchen premises. Furthermore, you were not confident in answering the question during oral question. So, nevertheless, you will be able to answer all questions correctly, and the results of the written test showed that you are knowledgeable enough about cookery and tea. So, in this manner, I would like to congratulate you for the job well done. So please sign the competency assessment result summary. Candidate number 1. So thank you so much. So for the issuance of the national certificate, the AC manager shall inform you where to claim your national certificate after 5 working days. So in this regards, I would like to say congratulations. So it is recommended that you carry out the following recommendations. So be positive without raising any false expectations. Okay, Miss candidate number 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with that, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, candidate number 2.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so you may now take your seat. So how do you feel about the assessment?
I feel so nervous because I forgot the assessment method, the proper method, and then I almost passed
Oh, really? So in that matter, what will you do if you will be asked to demonstrate clean and maintain kitchen premises?
I'll try my best to control my fears and focus on the task being asked.
Okay, so what did you learn from this session?
I have learned that I should review knowledge and skills for me to become confident, and also I'll change my negative attitudes towards learning, and I'll try to focus and practice on doing the specific task.
Okay, so Miss Dimaiwan, you were able to showcase your creativity and passion in cleaning and maintaining kitchen premises. Actually, you were very good at it. However, you were not able to observe the proper and cleaning of the workplace. So with that, based on the result and the observation during the demonstration, the outcome of the assessment is like not yet competent. So, however, you can be reassessed anytime at your convenience. So, Ms. Dimaiwan, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. So, if you have any doubts regarding the assessment result, you have the rights to appeal. Okay? So, you can submit your appeal to test the provincial office rather, where the assessment center and assessor are accredited. So, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I have no further questions.
Okay, so with that, would you please sign this competency assessment result summary?
The assessor shall record the assessment outcome, ensure rating sheets are signed by the candidate after providing feedback, accomplish the competency assessment result summary, submit to the assessment center manager assessment reports. The assessment center manager will give the documents to the processing officer to accomplish the registry of workers assessed and certified. The processing officer to accomplish the registry of workers assessed and certified. After accomplishing the registry of workers assessed and certified, the processing officer will ask the assessor and assessment center manager to sign before passing it, together with the other documents, to the TESDA representative. The TESDA representative will then deliver the documents to the designated TESDA office.